Yo guys, welcome back to the Fryday Podcast. I'm your host Big J.
I'm RJ, and today we have Krish.
All right, and some of you might be looking at this and saying, I swear I recognize that guy from somewhere. Might have seen him last week. Well, if you watch BBC's Hi, Krish is actually Sunny. Thanks a lot, Krish, for coming on.
Always a pleasure, man.
Appreciate you making the journey down, bro.
Come on, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Anytime.
So normally with our guests, we like to start right from the beginning. But first of all, actually, we'll go to your name. As you said, you like to be called Krish. Why is it just Krish?
It's just one of those ones where, I don't know, I've just liked Krish a lot better, to be honest. I never really thought too much into it.
You know what? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I've got a few friends here like Krishma, my cousin, but they all like to just be called Krish.
100%.
I'm sure my cousins legally just changed their name just to Krish.
Probably, yeah. I might do that. See, I'm gonna have to look at
There's so many variations of Krish, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's so many different variations. Hardly not a lot of people call me Rahul, but there's no like I get Raz, RJ, like stupid things like that.
Yeah.
So like it's like.
Go on.
No, I was gonna say, what's your short name?
Just J, now Big J.
Big J.
And here's RJ. But another thing is, obviously, your Instagram's called Krishy Harsh.
Yeah.
So he's typed in Krishy Harsh and he couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But I did the clever thing. I went and typed in cast of High and it says your real name on it. And then I IMDb'd that.
He did the
and that's
IMDb.
where I found Silent Witness, season 12, episode 9.
Season 12, episode 9,
and it's
in
still
case
there
you
on
missed it.
iPlayer, so I've gone on it. And
He showed me a clip. I didn't know who
yeah,
that
so I
it
was thinking, oh, let me just see where I spot him, yeah? And then I'm watching, and then there's some dead Indian you. Like this. I was thinking, bro, can't be him, bro.
Wait, no, but you know what threw me off here when you gave me the video? They're calling him Michael Edwards.
But he did say he's a South Asian or something like that, innit?
Yeah, I was like, this don't look like no Michael Edwards, man. This is
Yeah, but that's the how far we got in it.
Yeah,
so I don't know
literally,
why
that's how
he
far
called
we
Michael
got.
Edwards.
You
But
were 2 episodes, right?
Yeah.
2 episodes.
Fuck, bro, you lot did your research. I thought nobody would ever find out about that.
even I'm showing my missus, she's like, why are you showing me this? Because we watched Silent Witness, innit? She's like, why are you showing me
sick.
some old thing? And that is because I think it's from 2008, right?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
You must have been young then.
I was. I remember the audition process for it, but I don't actually remember shooting every single, like, all of the things, but I remember the stunts. Oh, surely some of that stuff was, I felt like it would be child abuse today.
Yeah, serious.
They were like, yeah, do it again. And like, I had to keep,
Drowning in that.
I had to keep, and I was like, I remember my mum was on set, I was like, Mum, I don't know. She was like, yeah, no, you do it. You do it.
Yeah.
I thought my mum was going to be like, no, like, take him out.
No.
She's like, no, just one more time, Krish.
She encouraged it.
Yeah.
She saw the bag, man, straight.
But it was kind it was an interesting experience. I remember the stuntman from it. He told me that he worked on Rambo. And he said when he did the scene in Rambo, they had to. Sylvester Stallone stepped into it and he's like, fuck that, this is too cold. He was like, and he walked up, and a day later, they had to heat the whole lake up.
Oh.
And a day later, so when he
How do
came
you
back,
do that?
I have no idea.
Yo,
I have
it's
no
Sylvester
idea what
Stallone.
it
I'm
is.
sure
Yeah,
you're
that's what I'm
finding a
saying.
way to heat up that pool. If he wants that pool hot.
Yeah,
The only day I can
No,
think of is
pool
put
late.
electric charge into it and he heats up.
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
That's what
So
I do.
wildlife had to be sacrificed for him just getting in a warm
Exactly,
lake.
yeah. But that was interesting, man. It was. I learned a lot from that as well. Just generally being outside.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stunts that they had, you'd think that they had a stuntman to do that. They were just like, yeah, no, you
do it.
So they put a crash mat on the floor in the forest.
Yeah.
I was being chased by whoever it was in the series, and I had to do this scene like 35 times.
Oh
And
my
people don't realize
God.
when it comes to acting, we do a lot of the scenes again and again and again because they need to understand what will fit in the editing suite afterwards.
Okay,
So whatever you're seeing, it will just be shot again and again and again. And that scene is just me falling on the floor again and again over this twig again and again.
The same trick.
It must be frustrating though as well, man. Like you having to change, you having to keep the same expression over and over and over.
Yeah, that's you have to be. I'd say for me, it's just resilience.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, there's a fine line to people that say, "Oh, I want to be an actor," and then just to doing it.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard. It's brutal, man.
Repetitive and that.
Yes, we never really see that side, and we just watch it and think, "Oh yeah, life."
Do you know, as an actor, when you watch stuff, do you like think, "Oh yeah, imagine how many times I have to do this," or "I wonder how many times I had to shoot this scene" and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. And I think we, as actors, and I'm sure we all do this as actors, we always think, "Oh, how would I have done that scene?" How could I authentically do that as Krish? You know?
Yeah.
Because
put your take on it a little.
Put because a lot of people want to do acting and they're like, I need to do it exactly how Leonardo does it in that Wolf of Wall Street scene. I have to do it exactly with the same. But a lot of the time, bringing your own authenticity or your experiences to those roles is what enriches it, is what makes it original. It adds that little bit of who you are to it.
And I guess it makes it easier for you as well, because it's actually, you're being your kind of self kind of thing, if you know what I mean, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for. They just want more
raw emotion and things like that. Yeah, I get that. I understand.
Yeah.
Man.
So was that your first ever gig, or?
Silent Witness, no.
Well, if I look on your face, you've got something more embarrassing and you don't want to say. So I'm good at reading faces. So please tell us, what was your first gig?
I did a series whereby it was for the British Army. They flew us out to Cyprus. And again, my mum was my chaperone, so she was having a great time.
You sure it was all? You sure it wasn't? It's all ha ha hee hee.
Oh shit! I tried to skip past that one.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm testing you, man.
We did the research, innit? Right? Tell us.
Yeah, we've done the research. So tell us a little bit about ha ha hee hee.
I mean, that experience, that was interesting as well.
I tried to find a clip on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult, man.
Yeah, it was.
We tried to.
This was a time before social media.
Yeah. Like goodness gracious me, like I saw the woman from there on it.
Yeah, Nina Wadia.
Yeah, that's it, Nina Wadia.
And I think Mira Sahal. It was her series.
Okay.
And a guy called Ace. I'm not sure what his last name. Ace B. I remember, but he was here. So he was supposed to be my uncle in the series. It was a long time ago, but. To be honest, I don't remember much from that.
Okay, cool.
But they are big names, you know, for like Asian, British Asian actors,
man.
They're
They
big
paved
names.
the road.
Huh?
They did.
They paved that road, man. They paved it.
And she was in EastEnders as well, didn't you?
Yeah, she was in EastEnders. You wouldn't have no Citizen Khan and things like that. You wouldn't have any of that. Like that's like kind of new.
Even goodness gracious me.
Yeah, goodness gracious me, that paved the road.
And I met her in person, and she is a wonderful person.
Yeah.
She's very humble.
Yeah.
And what I like about her is she's open to sort of helping people.
I was just
want to go into the same thing, and it's sad because there's not many people like.
Yeah, she like kind of mentor you kind of thing, and it doesn't help you behind the scenes if you need anything. Give me a shot kind of person.
Yeah, exactly that. And so big up Nina Wadia, man.
Yeah,
Thank
big up Nina Wadia.
For all your support.
We'll get her on as a guest.
Yeah, definitely.
EastEnders super fan here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, same, bro. I watch it every day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say with regards to the British Army documentary.
Yeah.
I can remember a lot of that, and there was a scene right where they sprayed sweat into my mouth accidentally.
Wow.
And then they were like, right.
What do you mean though?
Yeah. And then they were like.
So where did they get that from? Yeah, how you got even a bottle of sweat?
So I was supposed to be this. No, it was like this Asian woman's child.
Yeah.
And the British Army had come in.
Yeah.
And they, they were like, I don't know what they were doing. They kicked down the door, and it was supposed to be an interrogation.
Oh yeah.
And then they're interrogating the mum, and then they yelled like action, but. Then the makeup lady just sprayed this sweat in my, because they obviously need to make you look like it's hot.
Yeah.
So and we were shooting at 5 a.m. in the morning, so it was fucking freezing.
Yeah.
And then by 12, you're like, all right,
you're sweating really.
Yeah. So so then they started spraying sweat on me, and it was in my mouth. And then I was speaking to the woman that played my mum, and she was like, just use it, use it to, because they were dubbing our voices.
Oh my god.
So that was just that was interesting. But I never actually got to watch that. So
why, you're too young?
Yeah, no, it was. I just couldn't find it, and I never used to watch my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid, you just don't you're not really you know.
Once you've done it, you're just bored of it. You don't want to watch it again, innit?
Yeah, it comes out and then that's it.
You know the story, innit?
Exactly.
How did you get into acting then? Obviously, was mum influence behind it?
Yeah, it was my parents.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, they sent us to stage school, and so I was the main one. I was making that school so much money. I got kicked out of that school 3 times.
Wow.
3 times, and they kept
Take him out. It's all right.
And it was purely for their profits. It was like, no, and then I remember when they finally managed to get rid of me, they were like, but we'll still keep him in the agency.
Oh my God.
Books.
So big up to your parents there for letting you do what you wanted to do, man.
Yeah,
because that's a big thing, man.
Was all the siblings done if you've got brothers and sisters?
No, one of my sisters became a lawyer, and the other one.
Okay, yeah. So, we've done the normal thing with these two. Let's experiment with this one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it was I feel like it was important for them to instill confidence in us as children, but also to be able to present ourselves. And that was one of the main reasons they sent us there, because they said in life you're always going to need to be able to present yourself. Whether it's a job, whether it's to new people.
Yeah, 100%, man.
It's just a skill you're going to have for life, basically.
To have that. And that's what they instill in you in that school. And going out to jobs and doing all of this stuff from a child, you just get used to it, so that, big up my parents, man. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Where was that in, where were you, sorry, so we didn't go all the way back. Where were you born? Primary school did you go, stuff like that?
I was actually born in Leicester.
Yeah.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. I was born in Leicester, and
what football team do you support? Leicester, yeah?
Yeah, let's not get into that. I mean, Leicester had a good run at one point.
They did.
They did, all great things come to an end. I went to school in London.
Okay.
This school was in Acton.
Yeah.
So it was called Barbara Speak Stage School, but they no longer exist, unfortunately. So the owner sold it on, and now it's just become a block of flats.
Oh.
Which is sad, but yeah.
So after you've obviously been expelled 3 times and then you left that, how did you move on to the next agency? How did the next gigs come about?
So what happened is I was in a normal state school after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and things just
must have been a big difference, from going from state. Yeah,
it was. There was because I didn't understand. There was only 5 or 6 of us in a class.
What?
Yeah, I'm talking about in a stage school.
Oh, so yeah.
So like going from that to a class of 30 people.
Exactly.
It's completely. It's a shock, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a big shock, and I didn't know how to navigate around that, but I just sort of used my social skills and depended highly on that.
Yeah.
And but I got through, and I made some good friends. I met a lot of good people. I mean, and I have some fucking great memories going to that school.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I got kicked out of that school too. So,
when you're at school, you never want to grow up, innit? It's one of them things.
Yeah, you want to stay there. You want to stay there, innit? But then you don't realize that that's the best time of your life until you've left.
Yeah, till you're older.
Because you moan about it constantly. I remember me moaning about. When I look back, I think, that was a good time, man.
Why did you keep getting kicked out of places, by the way?
I didn't want to sell you out now, but you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that was another problem that my parents kept having, because they're like, there was one time I got kicked out of Barbara Speaks for the last time, right? And my sisters, they were like, oh shit, you're gonna hold beatings. And I was like, well, what do we do? So they just coated me with layers of jumpers, just bare jumpers. So Mum's gonna get the bamboo stick out and Dad's gonna, and this and that. And I just remember, I just remember when I tell you, I was sweating. And
no spray.
Yeah, my sisters, I was just there on the side. You got this. It's not gonna.
You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
It's not gonna penetrate through. They just sat down and they're like, we're really disappointed in you. And I was like, okay. And they just sat there and explain how disappointed. And now I was like, holy fuck, get me out of this jumper. But it was a sad time as well, because when I was younger, I don't know what was wrong with me. I just didn't want to listen. And when I look back now, I think that it was just my ADHD.
Yeah. We talked about this a lot. But
we do speak about it a lot.
You know what? Unfortunately, my dad was like, no, fuck all that shit.
Yeah, have a paracetamol, you'll be fine. Yeah, one of them things. That's like, what it is.
He's like, you only have ADHD if you believe you have ADHD.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear your excuses, son. And like, my dad was the guy.
That's the proper Indian way, isn't it? Yeah, you don't have nothing, bro.
Yeah, you don't have nothing. You think you have ADHD? You saw it on TV, and then you think you got it.
That's it.
Yeah, you think you got feelings for the way you are. No.
You learned something new, did you? I'll be the ADHD out of you, bro.
That's it.
It was that.
That's it.
And like, I had no way to like navigate. I didn't know what to do. And then my teacher, my assistant teacher, she really liked me, and she went and got me diagnosed and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, my dad went to the school.
That's good, That's good of her.
Yeah, that's big of her to do that.
He was like, because they were like, oh, you'll get extra time. He's like, nah, he doesn't need extra time.
You're giving him something he ain't got.
He's like, you're making him soft. He came in and he refused the extra time. And I'm looking at him like, he's crazy. And I was just like, oh.
Like, you're looking at him like, look, I need the help. He's like, no, you ain't got shit.
You don't need that.
You need more beats, bro.
Yeah. But I respect my dad as well. I remember when I turned 16.
Shout out to Dad G.
Shout out to my dad. He threw my PlayStation out the window.
No way.
Yeah, he's like, you're a man now. Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Games.
Yeah, he's like, you need to start training. And then
is that when Taekwondo hit?
Yeah, that was when I started training. Well, I was training then, but I wasn't training seriously. And because I kept getting kicked out of school, and my parents were just worried about, generally.
Yeah.
I was when I went to the study center. That was when things got really bad. It was like a prison. But for kids. And
I used to get sent there as a look at night rooms.
And it's just like everyone around you.
They're all naughty as well.
Yeah, involved in some sort of
is that what they call it?
crime.
Study center? We used to call it. What did we call it?
Behaviour school. That's what they used to call it.
Is it?
Yeah,
no, that's what we'd call it. They'll call it something else, like posh and like, fucking extracurricular behaviour, fucking I don't know. But yeah, we knew what it was, innit, man? All the bad kids go there.
All the bad.
It makes it job easier for the teachers at school, innit?
Exactly. I mean, but I managed to get out because of my mum. And what she did is she kept writing letters to the government to say, my son deserves better. My son, he can be better. And I was starting to listen to them.
Yeah.
And during that time, my dad sent me to Asia.
No, sick.
He sent me to Asia to learn martial arts.
Oh, whereabouts in Asia?
Malaysia.
Oh, sick.
Sick.
So I learned from a grandmaster.
That is sick.
Yeah,
that is mad.
Yeah, and
what age was this?
This was at 16.
That is sick. That would have been a mad experience, man. At 16 as well.
And it was that defined. It was a time where you're a step away from making a decision that can ruin your life.
That crossroads of your life.
At that crossroad, because it's got to the point where you're in now, and you're with people who aren't cared about, and people, it's sad, but who are resorting to crime, and you're calling them your best friends on a day-to-day basis. Because you're seeing with them every day, you're spending time with them every day, you're doing all of these activities together. I remember it was a normal procedure for study center people to go and rob everyone at like the normal schools after our school would finished. And in the morning, the bakery would get robbed every single morning on the bus. From Greenford. Like, everybody would hop off the bus and walk into the bakery so casually and take an entire tray and walk out and get on the next bus and go to like everyone.
That's mad.
So it was like everybody was destined to just go to jail. Everyone was going to.
Kind of like
everyone from that centre was. They
didn't want you to be a product of your environment. Yeah, they didn't want that for you, and respect to that, man. That's big.
Yeah, no, for sure. And they could see. I feel like they could see that I was changing. I was starting to change, and they were becoming more and more worried. I was getting in trouble with police. police were coming round to the house, and they were. So it was that situation that changed me. And when I went there, he instilled resilience and discipline in me. So, and those factors I was able to, it was a transferable skill, and you're able to sort of to use those. And he also showed me that my parents care about me. They genuinely care about me. And I learned a lot there. I was there for 3 months, only 3 months, but I learned a fuckload just from that man. Yeah.
Do you think Taekwondo helps with your ADHD?
For sure, definitely.
Teaches discipline though, isn't it?
Yeah, it teaches.
Massive.
Yeah, and discipline is the key to anything. Do.
It's mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, because all it does is it creates. You know, there are tenets in Taekwondo. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and indomitable spirit. Those are the things that you're sort of bound by when you do ITF Taekwondo, and you repeat it before you do anything, before you start your training and stuff like that. But why I love Asia is because they have a different type of training. Before the instructor even gets to the class, you have to make sure that the class is clean. You're cleaning before and after. And there is a hierarchy. And I just feel like this country could learn a lot from countries like that in terms of like a lot of kids are getting into so much trouble, or they're just sitting on their phones. And, you know, you hear a lot about it, like, oh, you know, they don't want to do anything, or they don't want to go out there. And that, I don't know what it is about competing in martial arts that makes you so determined to want to, you know, to persevere with anything you do. I've lost in competition badly. I've had the shit kicked out of me. But all it has done is it's humbled me. Yeah,
that's what grows you, isn't it?
It's the most humbling experience, And it's
your losses that make you the person that you are.
Yeah, 100%.
100.
And when you get there in the end, because you have to just keep saying, I will. One day I will. And I guess that is that factor that sort of pushed me to carry on training and then become a champion in the end.
That's massive.
Well done for that, man.
Yeah. 2019 champion, man. Hey, we got all the dates.
So, Taekwondo obviously is completely different to acting.
Yeah.
How did the two worlds ever collide?
Yeah.
Or obviously, you've carried on doing acting again.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have to like take a back seat with your martial arts to start doing acting again?
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, to be honest, the thing about acting is like when you're training, it's okay. But when you book work, you're on their fucking time.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean.
They say, because now that like you booked the job, and this is what you wanted, right? This is what you wanted. And I remember I was going to the European Championship in a few years ago, and I booked my first Amazon Prime series. It was a small role, but I booked this series, and it happens like this. They just, in that instant, they're like, okay, these are the dates. We're flying you out in a week to Prague to do your wardrobe. And that's that.
Shit. So is this the two in Broadway one?
Nah, it's not. It's A Wheel of Time.
Okay.
But
is that on here as well?
that was. I thought you skipped past that.
No.
I keep underestimating you.
You have to tell us about any adverts you got or something like that. You know, dancing kid in any adverts, Nah, I am just joking.
But yeah, so I had to take a back seat, and it was sad because, you know, in the Taekwondo world, your coach doesn't care about that. He cares about you letting the team down.
Yeah.
For real.
They don't give a shit about you doing your shows and shit.
That's what he said to me. Like, I don't care about your acting career. I care about, you know, you turning up to training.
They're very strict with that. Yeah, they're very strict.
Is acting then? It must be full on. You can't do training and acting at the same time. It's impossible.
You can't compete at competitive level because there are Russians, there are Ukrainians out there, there are, you know, people who take this very seriously to like the point where they will eat you. Like it's what they live, eat, and dream of. That's all they do.
Bro, imagine you're competing against dude, yeah. My man's part-time actor, part-time flipping taekwondo, and you've got the same skill. You're gonna want to batter the shit out of him.
Of course, yeah.
Just for you to go viral and say, look,
and be like,
this guy batted some kickboxing. You get it?
Yeah.
But sometimes if you're naturally good at something,
Yeah. I know, but it's hard to compete. You got to think the training, everything is hard, man.
And I was never a natural.
Yeah.
That's the thing. At martial arts, I was never a natural. I was never strong. I was never.
Asians are dieting the best. You don't see many Asian taekwondo fighters in it.
We're just weak. Do you know what I mean? We're just generally weak.
When you say that, I can just imagine that silent witness sitting there as well.
That is, I mean, every a weak little Indian I was.
He was shaking without his nose and that. Oh, that scene, I can't get it out of my head now.
How did they get the body like that?
You know what's funny? That wasn't actually me.
That ain't him. How are they gonna get wax model like that?
Yeah.
We look mash up.
Yeah. But I spent 6 hours doing the prosthetic stuff for that. Like it took a long.
Oh, because they had to mold you in it.
And I remember I was playing pranks on my friends because after set I'd have all these they made all of the stuff and I'd have all these deep cut wounds. And I'd go to my friends. I'd say to the makeup artist, "No, don't take it off, please." And I'd go around and I'd be like, Samir, I just got stabbed.
The stuff fucked up, man.
Oh my god, that's jokes, man.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun as well, shooting stuff like that. But man.
Back to the taekwondo then. Obviously, is it while you're doing acting as well, taekwondo, do you have to have a strict diet as well? You have to go through a strict regime. You wake up at a certain time, eat this, train.
Or did you tell your coach you did all of that and then not do it?
You know what it is? The reason I do it is because I always imagine when I'm fighting, whatever I'm doing, that other person in that other country is doing 10 times.
Yeah, you gotta think
it's
that.
I can see him, I can feel him, and that's why I will do it until I collapse. Yeah. And that's the sort of dedication that you have. Otherwise, they'll say, just don't waste our time. We're not interested in people that waste our time. So it's you have to really exert everything that you have, push out. And then on top of that, it's when you're not in the class. It's when you're not in the class, those hours count as well. In the mornings, what you're doing, and
that's a combat sport, man. You gotta be on point, otherwise you're getting knocked for 6, man. Yeah,
and it's a lot of things play a part in it. You have to have flexibility. You have to have a lot of fitness, and you have to have, technical stuff. So you need to be able to hold your leg at a specific angle. Just be able to push it out slowly, and then that demonstrates that you have strength in your core and in your legs where they need to be. So, but those things take years to build up. It can't happen overnight.
Taekwondo, obviously boxing's weight, whatever your weight is, what is it your belt? Or how do you get opponents?
So we fight at. So I was fighting at minus 57. So I'd have to cut weight. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we fight weight category, but when there is team sparring, and this is why coach was so adamant that I needed to make sure I come to every training, because when it's team sparring, you could be minus 57 going up against 95 kg.
What?
Yeah, so because it doesn't matter. It's just the luck of the draw, and I've seen it happen,
bro.
And you gotta think,
especially when you're my height, my weight. You come up,
a big lad like me.
I don't want it. Do you know what I mean? I'm good. I'm good, love it.
But I mean, I've seen people win. There are ways. There are ways to sort of
counteracting it.
Yeah, it's all about your experience.
Yeah, man, got to channel my inner honey badger, bro.
100%.
Like you said, male Asian actors, they need to break through. What do you think that moment will be when they will break through? Because Dev's, now he has got a few successful movies.
Yeah, for sure. I think training for the right moment.
Yeah.
Making sure that your tools are sharpened for the right moment, because it will come.
Yeah.
But you have to be ready. Are you ready? I remember they auditioned me for Shantaram.
Yeah, I seen that. That's a good show. Yeah, that's a good show. Very good show.
And I got auditioned to be in that show, and it was a big role. but I don't think that I was ready. And I think it was Rose Wicksteed casting, and I'm so grateful. Thank you guys very much for the audition. But I feel like now where I am, I can look at those things and understand, okay, right, that guy was actually right for the role.
There's a reason behind the madness, isn't it?
There's a reason behind it. And another thing, like, don't take things too personally. But I also think just the main thing is stay focused on what you're doing. Stay very focused on what you're doing and do not stray, because if you just carry on and you're consistent, it will come.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether it's now or in 2 years, it will happen.
It's consistency is key, innit?
You got to keep consistent, man. Keep knocking on the door, man.
Yeah, and going back to like what we were saying about how I was lucky to have, you know, my parents supporting me and my family supporting me. A lot of the people in the community said to me, you know, what are you doing that for? Like, why are you doing that for? You need to now get a real job.
Proper job, that's not a proper job.
Uncles, like, and people in the community were saying stuff like this to me. And they are the same people that I swear to you, I have text on my phone saying, I'm so proud of you.
We literally said this yesterday.
I'm so proud of you. I always knew you could do this. I always knew you could do it.
We always saw it inside of you. Like, shut up, you did.
You know what I mean? And it brings me to my next point. I just want to say, like, you guys, what you're doing here, I respect you so much. Respect, seriously, man. I see
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
The work that you're putting in, and like it's gonna pay off. It will pay off.
Hopefully, just one day, man.
Seriously,
it's like what you were saying. Everyone thinks. Well, a lot of people think we just turn up here 1 hour a week and we just sit with the guy and talk.
Nah,
but
man,
there's a lot of behind the work.
Yeah,
behind
man,
the scenes work
behind the work, man. Honestly, and next time if you see like a Friday air freshener, don't send it to me. Share it. Don't send it to me. Share it. Do you know what I mean?
We were saying we get a lot of views,
yeah,
but sharing wise, we just need people to share it, innit, man?
Hey, look what I seen your air freshener. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Share the shit. Do you know what I mean?
Seen your sticker. Share that sticker.
Yeah, share it.
And another thing is like in our community, people want each other to be successful, but just not as successful as them.
Yeah,
and
man,
it's
100.
so important. Understand something. If you help empower somebody become big, they will help you in return, and that's the biggest chance you've got. And helping each other is how we, like, I always say this to my sisters: 10 brains are better than one.
100%.
If we all work together as a community, 10 brains are always better than one. Like, I'm sure now when I see your stuff, I'll definitely be sharing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And
I love for that, bro.
And I want to thank everybody on my Instagram. I did not think that many people would support me and share my stuff and just be so kind. And even like the messages were so sweet and sincere. So thank you to all of my followers that sort of supported me, and thank you to everybody that didn't.
Because that added the fuel to the fire, innit? Yeah, I mean,
yeah, of course.
All right, so I think we should get to high, man, because that's what I've been watching.
Hey, honestly,
you know what? Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. So a lot of people told me about the show. Oh, you should watch this because you know the other day I put a post up saying recommendations.
Yeah.
At least say about 20% mentioned high.
Yeah.
Then I went on iPlay yesterday. And as soon as I went on iPlay, it was there on my front screen. You get me? I clicked it, and I was thinking, yeah, this is actually something I would watch.
I sent it over to my cousin and go, listen, you live in Dubai, there's a dark side to that place. And then she goes, I can't watch it. I go, VPN that shit. You know what I mean? I'll get a VPN, and I'll send, like, go do it. But man, honestly, smashed it.
Yeah,
well done there.
Well done for that, man.
Was any of that filmed in Dubai? Because I saw the ending, and I saw the car, and I saw like this.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Wait, spoiler alert, yeah? Is there a spoiler alert?
Well, it said high in Dubai, innit?
Yeah,
like Dubai.
Spoiler. I mean, yeah, they're going to be spoilers. But I think production were afraid to film it in Dubai because of the substance, you know.
The nature of the show. Okay, all right. The nature of the show. Okay,
so it just wasn't a good option. You know, I think that Dubai... In my experiences in Dubai,
I was about to say you have been there, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like,
you've been there.
Yeah, I've been about 6 times. I love Dubai, man.
Yeah,
this is the thing. I love it. Like I've not had no bad nothing.
But what year did you go in?
The last time I went was with my ex, and that was probably about 4 years ago.
Oh, so that's not that.
Yeah,
long
that's
ago.
not that long ago. We stayed at what, Atlantis?
Oh yeah.
And it was
sick.
nice. Atlantis was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful hotel. I had a great time, but then we checked out when I went downstairs and I went to get a burger and chips and it was like 45 quid. So like no, then we stayed half the stay. We went to Hyatt because it was like getting off the Palm. You had to pay a lot of money, man. Like
That's
getting
how
off
they
the
get
Palm,
you. Yeah,
trust me, because you're right at the top of the Palm, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
to
yeah.
get off the Palm, it's like about £10.
Yeah, that's
and then
why,
just to get off the actual Palm. So, bro, that's like
Shit,
town.
boy.
Yeah, like
Big money place to buy though, innit, man?
I was thinking, nah, we can't do this, man. We can't do. I'm thinking in the back of my head, like this ain't all inclusive as well.
But yeah, none of it showed there then. Obviously, I understand why.
I mean, yeah, it's just the nature of it. There were talks of it being in Morocco. But that got taken off the table because you have to understand this. Film and TV works at such a fast pace. Decisions are made and then they're like taken back. Decisions are made and then I think finally they were like, it's just safer to just do it in different parts of England.
Okay.
So that's what. So some parts were shot in Wembley.
What?
Yeah. So I remember.
You'd never think that watching the show though,
The
man.
magic of TV for you, innit, man?
yeah.
That's crazy. Like honestly, I actually thought like this was fully filmed
In Dubai?
in Dubai.
Because they're going like through sand and stuff in the first episode. Remember, they're going with they're in the 4x4s and they're taking him through the sun. They're like, where are we going? Where are we going?
Yeah, I know.
And they smacked him with a gun and that.
Yeah, where's that?
Yeah, where's that? Because that's not Wembley.
Yeah, like, this is what I'm thinking. There's nowhere in England I've seen where there's like red sand like that, and I'm just like, where is that?
Wembley Desert.
Wembley Desert, you know.
Yeah, no, that was all on set. That was all completely on set in a studio.
Well, that was all AI.
Yeah, and a lot of it was just CGI and
sick,
stuff like
innit?
that.
That's crazy.
Technology, isn't it? But they cut a lot of scenes. There was a lot of scenes. But due to other reasons, they had to cut those scenes, which is really sad. But it shows a completely different side of Dubai in those scenes as well.
Yeah.
And what you sort of had to do, because I know now that there's a rapper who just, I don't know if he's...
Fryday.
Yeah,
Fryday.
that's it. He was in prison as well.
Yeah.
Bro.
Even that Groove Rider, he got 5 years.
For
Groove Rider, my man had a bit of hash in he's a BBC radio presenter, bro.
did he have it in
a
his
bit-
shoe or something?
No, it was underneath his laptop after a set. So
Yeah.
imagine the guy's brought his laptop out and underneath there's a bit of hash stuck to the fucking laptop.
Yeah. Their laws are mad, yeah. But
Bro.
yeah, what were you gonna say? Sorry, I forgot what I was
I
gonna
was
say
just going to say that. One thing I will say is that when I go to other countries, I think the most important thing is to respect
The
their
culture
culture.
and
Yeah,
law.
respect their law.
And as British citizens, I want everybody to understand people already think that we're very ignorant.
Yeah.
So
Everywhere
when
in the
we
world.
go there, we're proving them right by doing certain things. So try to be mindful of what their culture is and look into it. Well, we got a plane ride.
Yeah.
You might as well read some stuff about the country and how to sort of pay homage to their people. I'd say Japan do a good job of that.
Yeah, Japan, I mean, obviously the streets are so clean and everything there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
people
exactly.
abide by a certain...
So the character you played, Sonny,
Yeah.
that's a real guy, right?
Yeah.
And have you met him?
So, unfortunately, there was, I don't know what happened, but there were a few problems. And the real Sonny never made it to set in the end.
Yeah, because because that's the one person you didn't really see.
When they were the narrating bit when they're actually talking and that.
Yeah.
So what happened is that they didn't shoot it that way. So it was shot differently. And when I auditioned for that role, they put me through some pain. I'll come back to the auditioning process of it, but when they auditioned, it was something completely different, and there were a whole load of scenes that the director and the producers had gone through. But it wasn't that once, because again, things had changed.
Yeah.
From the top, things had changed completely, and now they felt the other two cannot be involved as much as Carl, who played. And so that was an executive decision that nobody could overrule. so that therefore a lot of scenes just got
Wiped out.
wiped out.
It's weird though. Like obviously they went back to speaking to like the people back home then a lot, because obviously when you see the interviews, you see the guy that's giving the story, then you see the mate back home. But I thought they could have made it better by putting the real Sonny there or something rather than having someone back home.
Yeah. So
do you understand like what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, look, I don't know the specifics, but I know that there are some, think about it, guys. I want everyone to think about this. There are 3 of you and you're in prison with each other for a very long time. Abroad. And you're angry at one another. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, maybe you know what? Fuck this guy. It's this guy's fault
that we're here. Yeah, for real.
Now, I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, but
it happens. It's a natural human instinct.
My next question would be, do you believe the story? Because you know what, there's certain things in there like, yo, you chat shit, you fully chatting shit. Like you're looking at the guy, you know he's lying. He's basically telling the camera,
tobacco?
Yeah, like, come on.
No, don't worry, brother. Just tobacco.
See, like, nah, there's things I don't believe.
No comment.
That's a good answer.
That is a good answer.
Yeah, but did you enjoy it? The whole process.
I have to say, working under Alex Cox, the director, was an enriching experience, both professionally and personally.
Yeah.
Because him, Stuart, down to the runners, down to Becca, who was on set helping as well, and Carl and Karim, they played the other 2.
Yeah.
I was so blessed to be around such a great team, such a talented, hard-working team
man.
that went out of their way to make sure things are being done. That in itself was just enchanting because it ignited a fire in me that I didn't know existed. And it was just that thing. I remember looking at Karim on set and it was his birthday and he's like, you know what? There's nowhere else I'd rather be in the world on my birthday than right here with everyone.
Oh, sick.
That just proves that they love what they're doing.
That's it. And everybody loves what they did. And I'm number one on that. I loved what I was doing. I was there. I love it. And there's no other feeling you'll get. And every actor knows this. There's no other feeling you'll get when you're on set. There's nothing that lights you up like that. So
a bit of dopamine.
Yeah, but I learned a lot, man. You just learn things. Like I say, you learn about people's lives that you wouldn't necessarily speak to.
Yeah. Different.
That's
crazy.
I'm speaking to the lighting guy, and we're having all kinds of conversations, and then the sound guy, we're having all kinds of conversations. And what was nice is that the actors and the extras, we mixed, and usually that's forbidden on set. They don't like, they separate us from the background actors. But Karim set precedent on that, actually. I have to say, I commend him for that because, he encouraged that. And we all ended up spending a lot of time with each other outside. Yeah,
that's good. So it kind of is natural when it comes to the acting side.
I think it reflects on screen as well.
Because you can't just get 3 randomers and say, yo, act like boys.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's very difficult.
Yeah, and another thing is that the producers were shocked because they were like, "Are you sure you lot don't know each other?"
They were
so shocked.
Yeah.
And that was why the director wanted it to be about the relationship between the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he saw how good the chemistry was.
Sometimes it gets like that. You just meet people,
definitely.
You all got similar mindsets and similar goals, and that's it.
That was it. But they were convinced. The producers were convinced the entire time that we knew each other because they were like, I remember we had some funny moments where we just bursting out laughing. Like Carl is the guy that not the guy the story's based on, but Carl who plays Grant.
Yeah.
This guy is he's a little rascal, man. Like he plays games on set, and he'll try and make you laugh. He'll try his best to make you laugh on set and stuff like that. And I remember there was a shower scene, It was in the trailer, actually.
Oh, actually, I remember. Yeah,
And it was the last scene.
Yeah.
It was the last scene of the entire show before they were gonna yell rap.
Yeah.
And he fucking went out, all guns blazing. He's like, whatever I do, I'm gonna make Krish break character. Whatever I fucking do. But he almost did it, but
It didn't work.
yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work because you just can't. You can't.
Do you know what though? Honestly, the show, I'll be honest with you, I've watched it all. It's the best thing BBC have put out. Like
In
in
a
long time. So props to that, man. Smashed it. It was such a good show. Watch the first episode, you're sucked in straight away. You want to know more, like what?
Yeah.
Obviously, people look at Dubai but the story kind of like catches you. You want to get in, and I like how it just narrates and goes back to reconstruction. Well done, man. Smashed it.
Do you know, like, going back to Dubai quickly and the dark side and this and that? Obviously, my brother's sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, she lives there, innit? Her and her husband live out there. And stuff I've seen on that show, and like, you know, even them other people speaking, like there was that lawyer and that journalist and that when they're speaking, and it does happen, you know, Dubai, it does happen out there.
Yeah,
you
I know,
can get whatever you want. You just need to know the right people and do it in the right place.
I think this is
That's the main two things.
I think the show sparked up a bit of a conversation about Dubai, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because everyone says Dubai bling, Dubai this, Dubai that, Dubai go to Dubai to work. That's all you see in Dubai hotels, Dubai glitz, glam, everything.
Actually, I should have just said it. You know how you said that DJ, what's his name, who got...
Groove Rider.
How long did he get?
5 years or something stupid.
Yeah, so how did Fredo...
I
Get caught with something and get
I
out.
do not know the story behind Fredo. I don't know, but the guy's he's not speaking about it and everything.
He just told us that he got good biryani.
Like he's been eating biryani every day. But then he put up a picture with a beard, that way he looks rough. Then so it looks like he's been interrogated for a long period of time, which I probably think's happened. And then they've said, if you speak about this, then we're gonna do something.
Wait, and think about it, bro. If you're locked up in Dubai, as soon as you come out, you want to come back home, innit? He's still out there, bro.
Yeah, this is what I mean. But
the thing is, like, on his thing tonight.
I know he shot a video with Clavish.
Clavish as well. Yeah.
This is the thing, like, but.
It's like it's fully working out there still.
But when you're out there, I think because you get pulled out, like I said this on the last episode, look, we're a really miserable place right now.
Yeah, for real.
So when you think about, okay, look, you've been in Dubai, you've got the glitz, you've got the glam in front of you, then there's a lot of people I look at that have gone to Dubai that we're never.
They're probably just told them, just don't do this stupid shit again.
Just don't do
we'll
this
just allow you.
And he even said on the video that, you know what, I've quit weed, I've quit smoking. So you know what,
he takes responsibility in that video.
I think when you're there, I think for someone like him, I think he's humbled. He can be, because the next man just walking around is richer than him.
Yeah, for real.
Like down here, like he could be walking around in the mall, no one will know who the hell he is. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. He could walk around in Dubai shopping mall and people wouldn't know who the hell Fredo is.
He just blends in.
Yeah, they wouldn't care who Fredo is. They wouldn't. They literally would not care. The guy can walk around with a big baguette diamond chain. In Dubai, they do not care.
Because their money stretches.
Yeah. Bro, I remember I had a Nokia 8800 carbon RT. This phone was a bag when it first came out. I pulled it out on the table,
No one
I looked at another table, but the guy had 5 phones. He pulled out 5 phones. I was like, you know what? This is a joke.
Krish, back to you. Got a 2-part question.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years, and what is the end goal?
It's so funny you ask this question because I'm gonna ask you a question.
I'd say in 5 years, I hope to be in a position whereby I'm telling stories that inspire the younger me. To chase after your dreams.
You want to open a door, basically.
Yeah, I want to be able to open those doors and pave those ways, for younger ethnic children to be able to be like, I see him on the screen. Oh, I want to be like him. Because for me, I never had that. When I looked, I'd be watching shows that never had any Asians in it, ever.
All we had was Masood in it.
Yeah. I mean, but still, like, I'm talking before that.
Before that, there weren't nothing.
And like, there was just nothing. So for me, if I'm doing that in an authentic way, I've hit all my goals. That's what I want to be doing.
That answers both my questions in one.
Yeah,
actually.
that does. Now we've seen you travel a lot. Yeah, you do travel. I've seen that you travel a lot. What's your favorite destination and why? Apart from LA. Guys, I knew you were gonna say LA. I just knew you were gonna say LA.
But LA's not a holiday. If you stay there for a year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's not.
So what's your favorite destination and why?
I'd say my favorite destination is probably Singapore. Yeah, it's got to be Singapore.
Singapore looks lit. I can't lie, but it looks expensive again, like Dubai.
Now, here's the thing. Go to Singapore. Just go to Singapore. Let me tell you something. If the airport, I don't want to leave the airport.
Oh, the airport,
I'm not trying to leave the airport. I'm trying to drink their chai.
Yeah, the airport's crazy.
And then you go out of that airport, let's say it's 4 a.m. in the morning. You can go to the Hokkien market. Not only do you see they're out there bleaching their streets, it's that clean. It smells like...
Fresh.
Yeah, fresh. Yeah, at that time of morning, but you can go and get fresh food. They're open. The stalls are open, and it takes half an hour to explore the entire city, so you don't need much time. You can take a train everywhere you go, and it's so easy and convenient, and they have the best food, hands down, because it's a hybrid from Malaysia, because it's so close to Malaysia.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like they've got the best of Chinese food, Indian food, and Malay food.
Yeah,
they've got all of that stuff.
It's all combined, isn't it, man?
And those are my favorite type of food is Pan-Asian. So it's like...
Sick.
You know
Perfect place.
Yeah,
you're in the perfect place.
And then the weather. And then the people. They're just so nice. They're respectful, and they're just nice people.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to go to Singapore? Do you know what? I'm going to go to Singapore.
Do you know what?
Do you know what I forgot to say as well before? What? Do you know how we was on about like just Asia, how their lifestyle is? I think like Thailand, right now, a lot of people moving there. It's because they're taking bits of every place. Like, for example, this is just an example. But how they've got weed now is legal. Before it was mega unlegal. You get me? Yeah. It was super illegal.
Yeah,
now
they've done that recently, man. Yeah, there's calves everywhere in Thailand, man.
Everywhere.
So Thailand, the whole of
Yeah.
Thailand.
They've just been upgraded.
It's not legal; it's super legal. So
you can literally just walk into. You can walk around with the street.
It's basically like Cali. There, but better.
It's crazy.
And another thing I was gonna say is, I know you were saying Singapore sounds expensive. It's not. So for a meal at the Hokkien market, I'd say it's £2.50. I'm talking including your drink and your
that's not bad.
Your food. But it's fresh food.
Yeah.
Everything's organic. Like there's no LA. If you live there long enough, you're just gonna die. You're just gonna die of cancer.
Expensive.
It's temporary.
Even when you're eating organically, like
it's not.
You're paying $60 for a meal, and then you got to tip them at the end of it, and they're not even nice about it.
They're not nice about it. They need that straight, innit?
I'm pulling that European card. No, because I'm Indian.
Yeah.
Oh, they gotta look at me. I am not paying that tip. You need to know. I'm not paying that tip.
It.
No,
straight
don't play
up.
no games with me. I had the worst experience this time. I went to this Italian restaurant, and Al Pacino goes to this place a lot, and Robert De Niro. It's a really good Italian spot in West Hollywood, and I think they're closed for a little while. But I went there, and on a Monday, I think it's like $10 for everything. But the next day, that meal was $80.
What?
Yeah.
Should I tell you why?
On a Monday.
Should I tell you why? On Sunday, obviously, the weekend food that's left over, they want to get rid of it by Monday, or they have to dash it, so it's $10.
Really?
That's why I think it is, Really. Wow. That's why I don't ever eat takeaway on a Monday, because you're just going to get Sunday's food, bro.
True. Actually, that does sound right, to be fair. Shit.
That's what it's cheap. Right, get that envelope then.
Oh, yeah.
It's Marvin's question time.
What's Marvin?
So that's Marvin.
Is this Marvin?
He had a question, but he dashed it. I don't know why.
But I'll be honest with you, I think you've already asked the question.
What do you mean? That's in there?
Yeah, that's what I said. You know you're going to laugh.
So this is from the last guest.
This is from the last guest.
Which you have
you got to ask the question. Yeah,
and then you have to write a question for the next guest.
I don't know how we got this. I don't know how we got to this location, but here we go. Where would you like to see yourself in 5 years, and what steps are you taking in the present to ensure that you get there?
Again, then.
So, right, let's think of a question off the cuff then. Okay.
Yeah, answer it. Go on again, man. 5 years.
In 5 years.
5 years.
You've already said it. Obviously, you want to open doors, but what do you think is going to get you there? And do you think coming off the back of High, do you think you're gonna get? Because obviously it was a very good job what you did, and
Yeah, you lot smashed that. So I
all
don't know.
of you,
You
yeah,
lot must be getting a lot of offers, like straight up now.
And is that how it works?
'Cause I think this is start the rolling process for you guys.
I say that I'm very lucky because a lot of things have, a lot of doors are starting to open up from that.
We're not going to see you in EastEnders, yeah. Not Vinny's secret cousin and that coming through. In the F show.
Secret Asian half cousin. No, what was his name? Mark Elliott. What was it?
What? Mark Edwards, something like
Yeah, something like that.
I'm just like, what? I could have gave you a more Asian name. Like looking at this, you can't say Mark Edwards. Like what?
Yeah. Nah. I'd say. Wait. So which question you want me to answer?
Wait. So yeah, kind of 5 years. And
5
then
years.
How are you gonna get there?
Yeah, how are you
basically?
going to get there?
Yeah. So I'd say I'd have to keep it really, really simple. I like to keep it simple. It's important for me to keep it very simple.
Yeah.
And I just think that basic thing of making sure that I'm ready for when the right opportunity presents itself, because it will. But it's just, and also being positive. Always being positive, because as an actor, lots of actors just end up falling out of things, or they get distracted and sucked up into something else because they're waiting so long. But I think it's important to just be positive and make sure you're training for the right moments. Even if you're not doing acting classes, there are other things that, you should be doing as an actor, but anything creative, So I think for me, it would probably be meeting more people and exploring the world more. That's what, and it doesn't sound like it's part of acting, but
Life
It
experience.
will help with life experiences,
Life
isn't it?
experience,
yeah,
innit?
because like auditioning for that stuff, nothing has prepared me more than just life.
Yeah.
Living my life.
Yeah.
That's the best experience.
It is, isn't
no
it? You
acting
can't.
training.
No, nothing can take.
And
Nothing can
I'll
teach
tell
you
you about the
anything.
auditioning process just quickly. So they audition you as send you a self-tape, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, do this self-tape, and then, we'll get back to you. So they did this self-tape, and they said to me, we want you to do an improv. And we want you to convince this guy to take a car key. To give you his car key for his Ferrari. You just need it. That was it. That was the subtext. There was
that's
nothing
it.
else. So
You got to improvise and do whatever you have to do.
Yeah, because they don't tell you anything. They do not tell you anything about the series, we never knew it was for this until much later. I never knew Netflix was even a part of this until we were shooting. Halfway through. Yeah.
Some Netflix representative turns up like, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
we're part of this, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I had no idea. And then there are a few self-tapes later, because they got you to do a few more. Then they finally invite me in. They invite me in, and when I tell you, my day could not go any worse than this audition. It was one of them. I walked out the room. I'm like, yeah, I never got it. Whatever. I'll take that L. It's fine. It is what it is.
Next one.
Yeah.
Next one. So they invited me in. My Uber broke down.
Fuck,
So now I'm running late. I'm thinking in my head, you need to, you're not gonna get there.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. I think it was in Pineapple Studios in Covent Garden, and I was a little bit further up Marble Arch. The Uber broke down there, and I had to get out of that.
Long day.
It was a long day because
man.
you know what? He got pulled over by the police as well. So the police are all interviewing him. I said, "Listen, boss, I ain't got time for this." So I started trying to find another Uber. That didn't work. Hopped on a bike, one of those Boris bikes or Santander bikes now. I've cycled all of my way. I'm late. I've got there. I see the admin person at Pineapple Studios. He's looked at me long day and he knew what time it was. And then there's a woman that came as he went on his lunch break. She's like, sorry, excuse me, you're not allowed to keep your bicycle there. I said, listen, I got nowhere to put this fucking rental.
Yeah, just take it.
Please. She's like, nah, sorry. And then I'm sweating bullets from all the cycling. And I'm outside. My legs are cramped up. the guy's outside and he says to me, he was the manager. He's like, look, just alright, take it in. So he let me take it in. I run up the stairs. I get there. The guy that I'm supposed to be performing my scene with has thrown up. Apparently he had food.
Long day
food
getting longer.
poisoning. I don't know because, bro, he looked hungover to me. But I was like, cool. There was a grandpa who was just finished one of his classes and he just was sat there observing the whole thing. And he told me, he was like, oh yeah, I saw a lot of guys that look like you come in to do this. He was like, that boy that he was supposed to be doing the scene with you, he's just thrown up. So he's like, they're probably going to send you home now. I was like, cool. Because in order to do this scene, you need
two people.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, so the guy's like, yeah, I'm really sorry, mate. Take care. And he's gone down there. I was like, no worries. I've said to the assistant, well, you could just reach out to my agent. And she's like, no.
Do it.
You can still do the audition. I was like,
what?
I was like, but I haven't got.
Don't tell me they choose that old man to do it with you.
Nah. They were like, and this, every actor will understand. They're like, yeah, just pretend someone's there.
No, that's long. I can't
and there's
do
like
that.
all the executive producers and the director there.
No, man, I can't do that.
And they were like, right, we want you to imagine you're in a hotel room in Dubai, you've just got there with your friends, and you're having a conversation with them. Go.
That's it.
That's it. And they're like, go. In that second, you're like, okay. So I just start talking to an imaginary person, and then you have to imagine that they're responding
as well, yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay. Somehow.
What?
Yeah.
Weird,
and imagine you can't stop until they've said stop. So you just got to keep going. Like, no matter how uncomfortable you feel, you have to get comfortable.
On the spot.
Yeah, on the spot. And I would say that if I could go, I'm happy it happened that way, but I would say, like, now, what I learned from that is if I'm doing an audition, I would tell them, can I have a moment? Because I need to think.
Yeah.
It's important that I need
And you can't do
gather
that.
my thoughts together.
Yeah.
But whereas, like, because we're like actors and we're like always like
ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go, and we want to impress them.
Yeah.
It's always about like impressing them, and we face so much rejection. We're like, this could be it. This could be it.
Yeah.
You don't think to do that. You're just like, yes sir, no sir. And it was one of those moments where I was like, okay, cool. I'll just do it. And then next they said, and this is what was crazy. So I was so happy.
Yeah.
They wanted me to be really, really happy. Then they were like, okay, we want you to now sit down with your hands behind your back and pretend you're being tortured. And you can hear your other friend being tortured in the next room. Go.
Okay, now, bro.
How are you
From one
doing
extreme to
it?
another.
How can you do that? You're gassed.
You just like it in Dubai. Now you're getting tortured.
Yeah. How's my back? Yeah, you're getting tortured, and your brethren's getting tortured in the other room. Like, what?
Yeah. They're like, go. It was just, and it was real. And you have to keep doing it until they tell you to stop.
Yeah, and until they're happy.
Yeah, until they're happy. And then I was like, you know what? This was an L. I left. Then they recalled me again, and this time they wanted to have a meeting with me. And that was when I was like, right, cool. It was just a director experience.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Sonny stuff. And there were a lot of layers to Sonny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers. I hope one day I get the pleasure of meeting him or bumping into him. But from what I've been told, it's unlikely, which is unfortunate.
Shout out, Sonny.
Yeah, shout out to Sonny. If you're watching this, I got the questions. But yeah, I mean, that entire audition experience was a lesson in itself, and it was a grueling experience. And this is what actors like genuinely go through on a regular basis. And then there's a lot of maybe we'll have you. So a lot of the time, I try to think I'm not really going in there for the role. I'm going in there for my experience. I need to be able to articulate my skills. That's it. I just want to be able to articulate.
And if you get it, it's a bonus.
Yeah, and if I get it, then great. But if I don't, it's about what I can do with that role under pressure.
Yeah, sick.
So that was and It was great. It was fucking brilliant, man.
That's
Well,
it, man.
all the best for the future.
Thank you.
I hope to see you again in 5 years' time,
man.
and you'll be on a movie or
100%.
something.
Yeah, man, 100%, and we'll get you back on, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Quickly, big up all the sponsors. Big up RS Glass and Glaze Limited. Big up Flexi Car Hire. Skirt. Big up Inbrief Designs. We forgot him last episode.
Yeah.
So
That's it. Big up Zap Me Up. Man Made Barbers as always.
Oh, shit.
And Mama's Kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen each and every time, man. Big up Leicester Podcast Studio.
Always.
And hopefully we'll have you back soon, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
again,
Come on, bro.
Respect, bro.
And we'll put the links up to all you like, you know,
Your IMDb,
you shows, your IMDb and that. We'll put the link up, yeah.
Don't do that. I thought it was dead and gone, but
We'll get him to write a question down for the next
Yeah,
guest.
that's it. So Marvin's question.
Boom, it's a wrap.
I feel
Perfect,
sorry
done.
for the next guest, bro. That question is gonna be grueling.
You can go brutally.